Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quivz here. Quivz does stuff. Check the sound mix. Yes, okay, that's where it was yesterday. Good. Although actually I didn't really watch back and check if that was any good, but I assume that it's alright because it's pretty low. Although the game seems a lot noisier now than it used to be, I don't know. Must just be because I'm playing it with headphones on instead of through speakers. Right, literally where we left off. The only thing that's happened is that the chemistry lab finished printing. That's it. Yeah. So, what else was I going to do on this planet? I need to collect a lot of malachite. Because we're on a malachite planet, and, well, copper is very useful. Probably a lot of research, if I can, so that I can learn... Well, not the solar array and the massive one, but the big ones. So these two. 4,000 and 3,500. 3,500 is a weird way of saying things. Have you ever noticed? It's silly when you come to think about it. We have thousands for a reason, but we say 3,500s. That's like saying 11T1. That's not right. 111 is not 11T. But yeah, we do it. It's weird. We should stop. I'll probably never stop. I've gotten into the habit of doing it, and now I just keep doing it. Yes, so... yeah, a couple of medium storages. At least one. Don't know how much copper I actually need. Should I print two? Nah, I think just one. So we'll fill this up. We'll pick up two QT RTGs to take back with us, and then fill whatever remaining space I have on my backpack with copper. Malachite. Probably leave the tethers behind, just because they're only tethers. We did dig down pretty far because we couldn't find malachite immediately. I mean, not malachite, wolframite immediately. I didn't really look around for malachite, nor did I look around for research. Having said that, I immediately need to use tethers. Yeah, so we should look around for some decent research here. I'm gonna learn the large solar arrays and large wind arrays before I leave, which is going to require a reasonable amount of underground exploration. I didn't update my spreadsheet yesterday either. It's a rather silly thing to do. Whoops. Okay, I didn't really realise I could even... How do I get rid of it now that I've brought it up? There we go. Yeah, so I might need to actually go back in and fix my spreadsheets too, because that was a mistake. So now I don't 100% remember what I've left behind on... Oh, pressing the wrong button. A lot. I don't remember exactly what it was I left behind on Desola, but I should make sure that at least Calidor is more accurate. Oh, did I see some more over there? I saw some copper over there. Malachite. I keep saying copper. It's actually malachite, the raw resource as opposed to the refined one. Collected 2 resin, which I don't need, but that's okay. Alright, here's a nice little... Something like that, yes. Alright, that's too far, so we'll move that a little bit closer. And then this one's now too far, so if we move that just a little bit closer... And then we're out of tethers, but we are close enough. grab these bites. And I suppose that one is close enough. I should spot it next time I come down here. It's not likely I won't see it at all. And then I can... start harvesting some copper. Careful now, because I've only got room for one more. Go. Alright. I could have dropped the resin and actually carried more, but I'm going to take the resin back up, because why not? And yes, we'll just do a couple of trips. That seems like a pretty solid collection of copper. So, malachite. I've got this weird graphical glitch. There. Where there's seams in the mesh. Happens sometimes, some places. Sometimes also running your character into them causes them to get stuck. Not like permanently stuck, but it's like clearly not working as intended. For a game that is mostly bug-free, I'm not going to say it's 100% bug-free, I have encountered other bugs occasionally. That graphical glitch has been around for a while, and they still haven't fixed it. Possibly they don't know what the hell's causing it. Might just be one of those things where they're like, I don't know. Right. So that will do for now. How did we go with research? Got pretty close. 3.2 off that one short run. I should have grabbed some more tethers, or some more compound to make more tethers. I'm sure that if I go down another level or two, there would be even more research bits available. There's one over there, for example, on the far side of that laterite. I wonder if laterite is the real name for the aluminium ore. I don't know. Might be. I know that you get some very weird named ores. So for all I know, laterite is the correct name. Alright, let's yeah, very lucrative ore node. It's another full backpack. Alright, this time we'll go up, we'll grab some compound, we'll make some tethers, we'll maybe go to the next level down and start looking around for more research bits. We'll reach, hopefully maybe enough to get the large solar array. Large solar panel. The solar array is a different thing. That's an extra large thing and has been in the game for some time. The extra large wind array is new, as is the large solar and large wind. Before they topped out at medium. And there was no large solar, there was just solar went from medium to extra large. Right, now if I remember correctly, these require aluminium alloy, which means for one of each of them I'm going to need 2 copper and 2 aluminium minimum. And in fact I'm going to need 1 more copper for the large solar panel. Going to need 2 glass and 1 ceramic as well. No, 2 glass and 1 ceramic as well, yes. Right, so 2 glass, 1 ceramic, and 1 more copper than that. And so when I do have the bits to learn them, I will be able to make them, because I'll have all the materials ready. Right, so next thing we're going to do is go down a level below this one. If I can find the floor level, here it is. And look around for more research bits. Now, there's some all the way over there in the distance, but is there any closer? There's some over here on the other side of this aluminium, so let's go there first. Wait till our tether breaks, and then drop a tether point, and then drop a tether point. There's also one of these. Let's leave that there so that I find it on the way back. Let's see, some over here. And then some over there. Then we could try and get over there. That's not very good, is it? That's even worse. Yeah, that'll work. Should be able to climb that without falling. Almost. Getting nice smooth transitions is sometimes super hard. There we go. You just want a decent path that you can climb and run along without falling off too easy. Now, is that aluminium? It is. It's not actually research. There's research around here, though. So let's go this way. So again, I want to get over there, so I want to make a nice smoothish descent. There we are, that'll work. It'll get me over to these research points, samples. And should definitely have enough for at least one of those 2 new power sources. Now, there is something over there, debris-wise. I'm going to go and have a look. Try not to fall into that hole when I come back. What is it? It is a research sample and some power cells. And there's a lot of debris here, in fact. No, that's broken. That's just a research item. What else we got here? Another research item. Can't really see over these popcorn-y things. Which ones are these? They're all sorts of names. Dagger root, these ones. More fireworks, don't really need that. We'll take one of these back because that'll do. I might never find the other one, but that's alright. This is the planet of huge amounts of research items, so it's not a big deal to leave one behind because it's only one. Alright. So there was another one on this path already, but that's okay. Because I imagine we'll be coming back down here again at a later stage, so I'll pick this one that I just passed up again later when I come past the second time. And for now, we'll return to the surface with these. learn, I assume, the solar array, large solar array, and make one. Then I will drop into my spreadsheet and update my spreadsheet, because I haven't updated my spreadsheet and I should update my spreadsheet. It's a nice to have. It's not 100% necessary, like you don't absolutely need it. Oh, and I also need to make a landing pad. I haven't made a landing pad for this area yet. So we'll do that. We'll get that started, which is going to mean even more aluminium. Right. Large solar panel. Excellent. That'll probably require a large printer? No, probably require this one, I would imagine. Large solar panel. Copper, glass, and aluminium alloy. Now, aluminium alloy will be in here. Requires 1 aluminium and 1 copper. And then copper, glass, and aluminium alloy. Right, and then they will need a massive, that size, space to actually sit on as well, which is going to be amusing. So I'm going to need a lot more resin. Put that there so that it gets used up. Because I'm going to need to make a lot more large bases. Large platforms. I'm going to need enough compound to print a large printer as well. Let's start with the compound. Can't remember what a landing pad requires, so let's look it up here since that thing's busy. Landing pad is 1 aluminium and 2 ceramic. Well, we've got that, so that's alright. We'll just drop 2 ceramic on here for now. And 1 aluminium, we've actually got enough, so that's not too bad. Yeah, let's refill up my soil canisters from my quarry. Just dig out a bunch of soil. Don't stand on their own? No, they have to be on something. Okay. Alright, that's fine. We will print a large platform B. Come here. There. Take that off there. Refill with soil. Print some more resin. Just wondering where I was going to put it. Back here will probably do. Should be fine. Cool. Ah, and it's nighttime, so I don't even get to see it working. Produces 8 U's. Wow. Alright, need a large printer. Okay, while that's printing, I'm going to bring up my spreadsheet, Because like I said, I didn't update that for DeSolar, and I certainly haven't started Calidor yet. So let me see if I can remember. Did I change anything when I left DeSolar? Well, there was a lab on DeSolar, wasn't there? And we did have a landing pad. But other than that, I think there was one small battery, one small wind, one small solar. No, there was more than that, wasn't there? But I can't remember, so we won't change it because I don't actually remember. Now, in Calidor, I have no batteries. Wind, I have one medium. Solar, I have one medium and one large. I have a furnace, I have a centrifuge, and I have a lab. Don't have a landing pad yet, we are busy constructing that now. I still haven't worked out how to actually show you this thing using OBS. Let me mess around and see what I can do. Alright, I think you can still hear me, yes, but now you can't hear the game. Let's add a window capture. And capture that window. Right, that's it. Super simple. I don't even have all the planets in yet. Sylvan, DeSolar, Calidor, Visenya, Novus. And that's it. So space for batteries, space for how much wind power I've got, how much solar power I've got. Tick marks where I just put X's for furnace, centrifuge, lab, atmosphere, whatever it's called. Landing pad, a hab if I've got one there yet. I do have that shelter on DeSolo, but since I never actually use those, I'm not going to bother putting a tab for it. It's not really worth mentioning. It's not like those are mobile or anything. They're permanent structures. Like once they go down, they stay where they are. Don't have any diggers on any of them yet, and I haven't activated the gate or anything yet. I also haven't even begun to fill in Sylvan, which, again, I'll do it when I go back there, if I remember, and there's a very good chance I won't. All right, so that actually worked, and now you should be able to hear the game audio again. OBS is a damn impressive product for something that costs nothing. I don't know how they make their money. How do they make their money? Is there a professional version you can buy? I don't remember. I've never seen any ads. I'm gonna plug them. I don't even know what it's actually called. OBS Studio. I use OBS Studio. Open Broadcaster software. Author is Hugh Jim Bailey, or the original author anyway. It's free. You can go to obsproject.com if you like to broadcast things from your computer to the internet. You can use it to record, you can use it to live stream. It has a lot of functionality that I won't go into, but yeah, I mean, they are to be commended. Oh, okay, so they're actually sponsored by YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. They have other sponsors as well. So, fair enough, that's how they make their money. They're actually sponsored by the platforms that these videos will 90% of the time be uploaded to. So they essentially, that's a workable commercial loop there, as the software that people are using to upload their videos to YouTube. YouTube sponsors the software. Makes sense. Look, it's damn good. You can get away with other things, like when I initially started making videos, recording videos, I used Microsoft Game Bar. If it's installed on your computer, the Windows key and G will bring that up, and that's not bad. And to edit, I used Windows Photo Viewer. Believe it or not, Windows Photo Viewer actually has video editing capabilities. It's very simple and, not very comprehensive, but I used that for a long time. Now I use DaVinci Resolve by Blackmagic Design, which is a very professional piece of software and is also free. Why? How? Anyway, they cost me nothing. So the one thing I will mention about streaming stuff, if you're ever thinking about getting into it, you do need a very good computer to do so. If you don't have a powerful computer that can both capture your video, stream it, and run the game at the same time, then what you really need is a capture card, which is a different route and is quite a cheap route as well. Like, you know, they're not highly expensive to get a capture card and build and use that to capture and stream. So if you don't have a computer designed with streaming in mind, you can do that. In my case, my computer wasn't built with streaming in mind. My computer was built because I like games, so I have an overpowered computer, specifically so that I can play games that require a lot. And even when I'm not playing games that require a lot of power, then I have that power available if I ever need it. And as a result, I can stream games because I have a lot of spare processing power, a lot of spare RAM, and a graphics card that's, you know, it's got a lot of headroom on it. Let's put it that way. So when I'm streaming, my gameplay actually becomes ever so slightly worse. It's not a lot. It's not massive amounts, but it is worse. Don't get me wrong. When you are streaming, you will lose quality. That is a thing that happens. But it's not a huge amount, and it's mostly worth it so you can actually stream out, because that's kind of was the whole purpose. Yeah, I didn't actually see these plants with their research samples on them. We'll collect some of those now. Yet another research item. Got lots of those around the place at the moment. Right, there's a landing pad, so now we've got that as well. Let's move this out of the way while we place that somewhere good. Might as well put that on board for now. Excellent. Okie dokie. Put that there so that it's got somewhere to sit. Print another large platform, because eventually I'm going to learn this large wind, and then I'm going to put the large wind on the space. It's the exact same one that I missed with last time. Yeah, the point and look over there point thing is nice. There's a few multiplayer games I know that have it. It should be in more multiplayer games. It came up recently for Phasmophobia, actually. Someone mentioned in the Steam comments, Steam discussion boards. It'd be nice if we had a laser pointer or something so you can point at things to people. I don't even think it should be an item in the game. I think there should just be a button that you hold down, and when you do, wherever your mouse pointer or your VR controller is pointing, you should be able to draw a little laser beam that other people can see. So you can point at things and go over there, or, you know, point at a room on a map, especially. Because the map, like, there's no way to indicate something on the map to anyone else. You have to start describing the rooms and the features of the map. And if they don't know the names of the rooms, and you do, then it's no good. And you can't point to anything, so that's no good either. So, yeah, laser pointers. This one, fairly simple. It makes a noise to let you know that, hey, I want you to look at something. And then the little arrow pops up. It doesn't last very long, but I can click ad infinitum. So, yeah. Great way of handling things in multiplayer. Alright. Oh, what was that? What is that? Oh, that's the emote wheel. Which I don't normally use, because in single player, what's the point? But it does exist. I forgot that it did exist. You can unlock other ones, and you can buy other ones. But yeah, they're there. Right, 2.5. I need 3.5? 3.5. Right, so I need about another 1,000. So let's go down to level 1 and collect all the research bits on level 1. See if they've respawned. Oh, they haven't respawned. Okay, so this must be one of the ones where it takes a long time for the bits to actually respawn. So they're worth a lot, but they take a long time to recover. There were a couple over here. Well, one. But actually what I really need from over here is I'm going to grab some more aluminium, just a little bit. 1 or 2 pieces. I don't know if I need any, but I know I've got none up there, so I'm just going to grab a couple. I also now realize I've got a whole bunch of organic on my backpack for some reason. So we'll dump that off. I do need to collect some more malachite as well. So we might go look on if I've gotten as far as a 3rd level down and see if there's even more research bits close by to my ramp. And look around there maybe for some more malachite. I don't know. There's a pretty good malachite spot on level 1 already, but yeah, you know. So I'm probably going to want tethers. Oh, I had tethers. Oh well, now I've got more tethers. Let's split this malachite out of the main pile so that I can find it when I go to leave. That is a research item finishing. So I'll put this one in because that one's the lonely one. Alright, so let's go have a look at a 3rd level, if there is a 3rd level. Did I get down to a 3rd level? I think I did. Whoop. Little sharp increase in slope there. And see if I can see any research nearby. Not really. Alright, let's go for a bit of a look. This is nice and big and open, so I should be able to look backwards and find my way back easy enough. I mean, there's one all the way over there, but that's really far. Not a lot of research on this level. Or at least not within the immediate vicinity of my descendo ramp. Let's have a squeeze this way. Again, doesn't look like there's anything nearby. Let's try the next level down. Because this clearly wasn't the level where I found the wolframite, so... Oh, here we are. A lot of malachite here, that's good. Might actually stop off here and just collect a bunch of malachite. I won't bother building a tether route unless... What's that? Alignment mod again. There's a working generator. I don't need it, so I'm not going to bother getting it. I've got a lot of power here already. Yeah, no research stuff here. So we'll just grab some of this malachite. Basically go till I'm out of power. And one more. So there's another thing. When you run out of power, you aren't stopped from terrain deformation. All it turns off is your mod. So when I run out of power, it's actually just turning off the wide mod. So I go back to the small terrain thing. Yeah, that was disappointing. I didn't find much more in the way of research, so I have to wait for the research on level 1 and 2 to respawn. I don't know how long that's going to be. Hopefully not too long. I could go looking around on level 1 and 2 for even more research. I'm sure I could find some if I wanted to. But for now, no, we'll just go back up and we'll entertain ourselves some other way. I don't really know how. Could have a look through the mission list and see if there are any other missions that I should or could be doing. That's my alarm. Keep one compound on there for the purpose of tethers. So look at our mission log. What have we got here? Retooling. Yeah, so I wasn't going to bother doing that. And it's going to be a while before I bother doing that. Because I just don't use the boost mod. It is cheap. Let's see what it is to actually learn the boost mod. 1,000 bytes. And a basic drill mod is 1,000 bytes. But like I said, I normally don't bother about that until I can make diamond, and then I just go straight to 3. And I don't do the boost mod because I don't need speed. Speed is not a big deal in terrain deformation, whereas the wide comes in handy because it makes it, I don't know, easier. I will admit alignment mod has its uses. I just don't want to be carrying one around because I'm using up another slot. The only time it's really useful is when you first land on a planet and you want to make a nice level spot to start creating your base. It'd be nice to have the alignment mod, but then the rest of the time I don't want it. I don't want it on my thing, so yeah, not worth it. Yeah, so not wasting 2,000 on that right now. Nor the resources, what is it, 1 ceramic, okay, at least it's cheap, and 1 zinc, yeah. Moving and hauling, printer tractor, nope, not going to do that because I don't use tractors. Again, I will be finishing all of these when I'm closer to the end of the game, like when I've got Boku resources and I've been to every planet and I've got everything and I'm sort of running out of stuff to do, then I will go through all these and just go, alright, fine, I'll get these out of the way. Same with this, like print and auto arm. I don't even know how they work. I know they added automation, supposedly it's good, but there's nothing in my playthrough so far where I've ever actually needed to automate anything in this game. So, I don't know. Atmospheric condenser, right, that's Visenya. Once we get to Visenya, we will get, I believe, iron on Visenya. I'm not sure, but soon, we're getting close. I don't really use the big gas canisters. I generally find you can get by with the small ones. Like, you don't need that much gas. I do most of my major alloy construction in the chemistry lab on silver, so making sure silver is stocked with a bit of every gas is normally sufficient, and if you run out, well, you just go to the planet that the gas is from and get some more and bring it back. So, you know, like 4 or 5 of any gas is normally sufficient, whereas I think a medium gas canister stores like 32, or maybe it's 12, I can't remember, stores a bunch of full small gas canisters. And you don't use a whole full small gas canister. Like you use, they have 5 segments, I believe, or 6 segments, and you use 1 every time you use it. So, yeah, you just don't need that much. But oh well, I'll get the schematic for free and I'll get 1 for free, which I might make use of just for the novelty of actually having had one, having not had to pay for it. Lithium, okay, lithium is from Visenya, so yeah, so you won't get hematite iron on Visenya. I reckon that's going to be on maybe Novus. Novus might have iron and lithium. I could be wrong. We'll check in the Planetpedia, Astropedia in a minute. Oops, safe as houses. Place a shelter on everything. Or landing pad. Yeah, we will do landing pads on everything. I don't use shelters so much. When I've got the atmosphere condenser and I can make silicon, then I will take a hab everywhere. I'll have the large shuttle, the biggest shuttle, and I'll take a hab to every new planet that I go to. So we'll do that when we get there. Unlocked potential. Unlock 100 schematics in the catalog. That will just be a matter of when we finally unlock 100 schematics. Activate a gateway chamber. So I should really do that. Just for the bytes and just to see what comes up as the next mission. So I might do that either on Desolar, where we were pretty close, and if I was to make one of these large solars on Desolar, for example, and take it to Desolar, or I could do it on Silver, because I'm relatively close to the gateway on Silver. I said I just basically need to drill a hole through that mountain. We'll come out the other side close to the gateway, and I should be able to then, set up activate that gate. It'll take me a lot longer to actually drill through the planet to get to the center, but that's also not impossible. It's a doable thing. I've done it many times before on Silver. The mushroom biome is kind of cool to see. It's amusing. So yeah, that could be worth doing on Silver. We'll see. But yeah, so I don't know. They're active, so it's not like, oh, okay, there's active and then there's tracking. So I'm not currently tracking these missions, but they're active, which means I can complete them without tracking them. I think. I assume that's how it works. Alright, what just finished? Oh. More research. I noticed my research bytes are actually moving at a pretty drastic rate anyway. Getting heaps out of this. And with the amount of power available, of course, it's moving at quite a fast rate, so... Oh, in fact, we have enough of the large wind turbine already, so let's do that. Nice. And then we can print one. Ceramic, glass, and aluminium alloy. I haven't gotten around to making the next aluminium alloy yet, but that's easily done. Got the ceramic and the glass ready already. And I think that will be it. We can pretty much leave Calidor after this. Call it good and vacate the area. Now, this will change what I pack my ship with from now on. Let's have a look at the large ship and what is required to make one. 5,000 bytes, that's going to be a long way coming. Titanium alloy 2, alright, so we don't even have titanium yet, so we're a way away from that. But yeah, now that there's large things, it's definitely worth taking those to planets because, well, it's better than these medium ones. Admittedly, the medium ones are good because I can carry them on my backpack when I move planets, but these large ones are just so efficient, like you get so much power out of them. But they will take up one of these slots each. So I could get one large platform, because you're going to need a platform, and one solar, one wind, and then take one aluminium so that I can make a soil centrifuge on the planet. Yeah, it's going to be different. It's going to change things. We'll see. It will change the way I move between planets now when I'm creating a new planetary base. And there we are, the first large wind that produces 10 U's. Wow. Awesome. Alright, now let's update my spreadsheet before I go anywhere. I won't bring that up again. I'll just let you know I'm updating my spreadsheet to say one medium wind and one large wind. Also landing pad, because I didn't add that before because I hadn't actually built it. Oh wow, makes a hell of a lot of noise. Still, yeah, this is like an overpowered base now. Has more power than it knows what to do with. It's kind of cool, really. Alright. I am going to make an executive decision, one that I normally wouldn't have made, but now that I'm using more copper than I would normally use, I'm going to take more copper back than I would normally take back as well. So I'm going to print a second medium storage, fill it up with malachite, and take it back. You know, malachite is one of the hardest substances in the world as well. Everyone goes, oh, it's diamond. And it's like, well, yes, diamond is, but malachite will scratch a diamond. Diamond is not as spectacular as you think it is as well. Like, a diamond is hard, but it's brittle. So if you hit a diamond with a hammer, it'll explode into little tiny shards. Diamond is only hard if you slowly press it up against something and then rub it against something, the diamond won't break. But if you hit it with a sudden impact, it actually shatters. You can also set diamond on fire. So when there's a fire in a house and somebody's wedding ring was inside, the diamond most likely burnt to a crisp, because it is just glorified coal. Most of the perceived value of diamond is literally perceived value. It doesn't actually exist. Its main uses are in polishing other gemstones and industrial applications like grinding wheels, and so on and so forth. Its actual intrinsic value is lower than it actually is. So how much you pay for a diamond, like, diamonds really aren't worth that, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's just, it's the market will, the price will be what the market can bear, and the market can bear for diamonds to be really bloody expensive because of false what's the word, false value created by the diamond consortiums, mostly in South Africa, if I remember correctly, my history correctly. I might be wrong about that, but I think it was mostly them way back in the day, and they created all this false value in diamonds, and so now then people are like, oh, you've got to have a diamond wedding ring, and it's like, well, before that, things like rubies and emeralds and sapphires were more expensive because they were prettier. And then, somehow they created this, it's got to be a diamond, and you've got to spend 2 months salary was one of the things for the engagement ring as well. And it never used to be a thing. But they had these diamond mines and they had to find a way to sell diamonds, so they started this whole create value in diamonds thing by making it that you've got to have a diamond wedding ring, otherwise you're nothing. And it was essentially a lie. It's not really how it works. You don't need diamond, and diamond is not that useful. It has a few purposes, and they're mostly in industrial applications, and other than that, they're mostly useless. And they just look like glass. It's not like they go on about, how clear they are and how sparkly they are. You can make glass that looks more sparkly, and it's not that hard to do. And you can make zirconia, which is fake diamond, that is as sparkly as the diamond because it is diamond in every way, shape or form. It's just not a naturally formed diamond, but in every other way it's still diamond. Anyway, there's the whole thing about diamonds, and diamonds aren't as impressive as you think they are. They're just not. So I think we're done here. I think we head back to silver with quite a bit of malachite, and we start getting ready to head to Visanya, which I believe is a lithium planet. Don't remember exactly. We'll find out. I should have brought a research item with me. Too late. Alright, that's Atrox. That's Visanya. I meant to open the Planetpedia for some reason, and I can't remember what it was. I think we're just going to check when we start getting iron. Right, there's our base there, so we'll accelerate a little bit and then slow back down again. And then drop on our home base. Cool nanas. Right, So this is now also a used up thruster. I've got a whole bunch of malachite. Right, we will unload the malachite from this one. And then put this medium storage attached to the platform that our chemistry lab is on, because you're just going to need it eventually. Rubber, yes, I don't actually need rubber right now. I made that for a mission, I believe, if I remember correctly. Right, so. Oh yeah. Yeah, like I said, a pile works perfectly well. It can be hard to find things in the pile sometimes, but in every other respect, it's just a pile. You can get away with a pile. Right, I'm going to fill this up because I need 1 ammonium, and I don't know where to find it on planet. I'm going to need an aluminium. There's none here, so let's go find some aluminium. It was on this level, wasn't it? Collect the research samples, because why not? I was mentioning yesterday, there's one weird bit that's not the same fuzziness as the rest of my mousepad fuzziness, and my finger keeps finding it, and it's annoying. Yeah. Really irks me. I'm tempted to buy a new mousepad, and this is a fairly new mousepad. I've only had it a couple of months. And it's a nice mousepad as well. It's a Logitech mousepad. That being said, almost all the rest of my computer, like every computer component I have that can be Corsair is Corsair. And my keyboard is Corsair. But I have a Logitech keyboard and mousepad. Logitech mouse and mousepad. Because I like Logitech mice. That being said, I've never actually tried a Corsair mouse. I might be wrong. It's possible I should maybe try a Corsair mouse, and I might be happy with them too, but I've never actually done so in the past. Dynamite, small canister, solid fuel thruster, there we are. 1 ammonium, 1 aluminium. I'm going to need 1 large platform B. Is there another resin in there? There is not. I do have 2 full soil canisters, so that's fine. We'll fill that up. Start making resin. Now, there were still a lot of research components around here. There was some of it in the trees nearby. I don't remember exactly where. There's one. But yeah, having my research chamber idling on this planet is annoying me. Ooh! A discarded backpack. With nothing really good on it, but oh well, we'll take it. Same as I'll grab those bites while walking past, because waste not, want not. That was terrible English. Waste not, want not. Waste not, want you not. Right. Oxygen filters, we'll just leave those on my backpack and try to use them up. Power cells you can put on the base to be used up. That will put there to be used up. This is a firework and serves no real purpose except for this. Hooray. And tethers are tethers. Right. Aluminium finished. Yes, it did. I'm going to need another aluminium and a ceramic to print an oxygenator. I'm going to need 2 more aluminium, 3 copper, 1 more ceramic, and 1 more glass. 2 more glass, I think, total to make all the large solar and the large wind that I'm going to be taking with me to Visenya. Visenya. I wouldn't know what the intended pronunciation is. I think Visenya sounds right to me. But yeah, so we'll have to make some glass. Yep, alright, there's my next thruster, which is good. Try and slot that onto my shuttle. Aluminium alloy is what I'm going to be making here. Oh no, wait. Oxygenator first. Yeah, so very limited power here. I will eventually add more power here, but once again, the shelter's producing some use. Oh, I forgot my QT RTGs. That's disappointing. It's almost worth going back just to get them. I'm totally going to go back just to get them. It will mean I will have to make another solid fuel thruster, but I'm going back all the way to Calidor just to get those RTGs, because they are just a little bit too useful. It is totally not worth leaving them behind. That's really disappointing. Absolute fail there. Alright, let's speed up the rotation of the planet. Oh no, let's slow it down because I want to land over there. Oh, it's now out of range. I'll have to go all the way around again. And should be coming up any second now. There it is. Now this is always annoying as well. Like once you've built a landing pad, I can't tell which one is the landing pad and which one is the original landing spot. I think it's going to be this one. But if you get it wrong, you end up landing in amongst your machinery. Ah, like this. Yeah, that's... And then things like that happen. Yeah, it's not ideal. But it's okay, it doesn't really hurt. Yeah. Forgot these. Need these. This also finished, so it'd be good to put that on there. It'd also be worth collecting a few research items, and we'll take those back with us, so it's not an entirely wasted trip. I mean, it's still a mostly wasted trip, but not entirely wasted. So we'll just grab a few of these and load the spaceship up with them. So this is one place where an auto arm might come in handy. I could have an auto arm that reloads the research thingy. I don't know if that's a doable thing. I assume it is. But that would be worth it because there's so many research items here. I could definitely have a massive stack of research items and have them be automatically loaded. Yeah, but now the sun and the wind has to be up because I'm taking the RTGs with me. But that's alright, that's to be expected. That was how it was supposed to go. should still produce a lot of... I don't know how it actually works, like whether sun and wind are produced on that planet when you're not on the planet. For all I know, it just stops. Yeah, all that way just to grab 2 RTGs. Used up yet another thruster. Which means I'm going to need yet another aluminium. Let's make the oxygenator. Screw it, we'll make the oxygenator. Ceramic still isn't actually finished yet. I'm going to need 1 more aluminium. And I might as well put these RTGs somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to need 1 more aluminium now. Rebuild my tether line as well, apparently. Doop doop doo boo. I'm also going to need to stock up on soil so I can make another ammonium. Aluminum versus aluminium. Americans say aluminum, and I am actually with them that they are probably right, because the guy who invented it was, well, who discovered and isolated the element was an American, and he called it aluminum, not aluminium. Aluminium is what the Royal College of England decided they wanted it to be called because everything else ended in ium. So they didn't want things to be different, so they basically ignored the express wishes of the discoverer and published all their papers and stuff on, or published his papers and basically changed his spelling without telling him. So much so that after a few publications he gave up and started calling it aluminium himself because he just couldn't be bothered fighting with the Royal College of England. It's too much effort. They controlled everything, you know, they were gonna get their way, was basically how that one turned out. So he gave up. Just another example of British imperialism at its finest. We're right because we're more important than you for arbitrary reasons. Yeah. If you can't tell, I'm not a fan of that mindset. But yeah, aluminium is one of many. Aluminum is one of many examples of how that came to be. They just decided, and because they decided, there was nothing anyone else was allowed to do about it. Alright, so this changes what I would normally have on my backpack as well. This is going to be a rather different planetary expedition to how I would normally do it. So I'm basically only going to be carrying an oxygenator, a medium printer, because we'll want that. A beacon is going to be useful. So I might as well take this extra small printer I accidentally printed or possibly gotten a reward. I don't remember where that one came from. Take the 2 QT RTGs, because they'll be useful. I need to take 1 aluminium because... which means I need to go and get even more aluminium. Because I'm not taking a printed soil centrifuge with me. I'm going to make one on the planet this time. Just because of reasons. The space requirements for the large power supplying units means it's now actually going to be easier to just take 1 aluminium with me and print on the other planet, because that makes it possible to get a soil centrifuge on the other planet by only using up 1 backpack slot rather than a slot on the spaceship. Glass, copper, aluminium alloy, print, medium printer. Yes, I'm going to have to take the 1 aluminium with me. I haven't even begun to use up these oxygen filters, so I'll just dump these here for now. I might use them up later, we'll see. I'll leave the tethers on, because I normally leave the tethers on anyway. I'm going to be taking an oxygenator, going to be taking a medium printer. Like I said, I'll take the small printer now, since I've got the space that I normally wouldn't have had. 1 aluminium. Oh, a beacon. I need a beacon. Still have 2 spare slots. Might as well take the rest of the ingredients for a soil centrifuge, which is 2 compound. So I might as well take 2 compound. I've already got 1. So I can take 1 more compound, and I've already got everything I need for that. What else should I take? Oh, 1 wolframite, so I can make a lab. Yeah, we'll turn it into tungsten. I'm going to put this in just because it's taking up space and I want to get it out of the way. Right. Unless I've missed something, which hopefully I haven't. Let's go to Visanya. Which I still haven't actually gotten around to looking up in the Planetpedia. There it is. That's a great landing spot. Let's grab that one. Yeah, not a lot of flatness on Visanya. So this is one of those ones where it's actually hard to get a decent base set up because trying to make a flat bit is hard. So what I generally do is try to find the flattest thing I can make. That looks about right. And it won't be perfect, but it should be good enough. Just going to dig that out because they're annoying. I don't really need one of those this close to my base. Right. That will suffice. Let's put the aluminium and the tungsten and that down there for now. Take this off my belt. That. Let's deploy this right here. No, that'll still work. Let's go with the solar first. Soil centrifuge. So I didn't really think this through. If I make a soil centrifuge, I'm not actually going to... but I've got my... I don't have my 2 damn RTGs. God damn it. I forgot the RTGs. That was the whole point of going back all the way to Calidor to get the RTGs, was to bring them with me, and then I didn't bring them with me. It's so painful. Are there any resources nearby? Yes, that's not too far. I can totally just walk over there and grab a bunch of resin and print another large base. Let's do that real quick. Right. Okay, so I didn't think that through properly, and I forgot the RTGs, so that didn't actually work out even remotely as I had planned. But that's alright. We'll correct as we go, and it's not a total failure, it's just not idyllic. I might even put the wind turbine on, because it's currently nighttime and maybe the wind will kick up during the night. I don't know. I was right. Oh. That's disappointing as well. Yes, so sometimes you get things really, really wrong. It does happen. There's not a lot you can do about it except move on. Start killing some of the dangerous local wildlife. They will sometimes drop research items or have samples underneath them. This'll whip. Whip. Cool whip. Amusingly, I know that whole thing. You could almost call it a meme, the whole cool whip thing. And I haven't actually seen that episode of Family Guy. So I'm not entirely up on what's going on. I know it's something to do with the way Stewie says cool whip, but says whip normally. He says whip, but he says cool whip. So he pronounces the H in regard to that. I believe it's a product. I believe it's a kind of canned whipped cream. And yet when saying whip or anything else that has a WH, like whiskey, he pronounces it normally, but he says cool whip. I don't really know. I'm not a big Family Guy follower. I'm aware of some of it, but not all of it. You know, it's... I just don't do TV. I do more Netflix these days because, well, Netflix is more convenient, and once you've gotten past the first... Well, there's no ads on Netflix. I think there's ads on Amazon Prime. Can't remember, but yeah. You know, there's no ads, and ads are the things that have always ruined these things for me, and yeah, so... Okay, so we didn't completely screw up. We just didn't do things exactly as they probably should have been done. Ugh, and I can't keep a good flat bit either. It keeps changing its mind as to what I want. Move that back a bit. I'd like there to be a printery, so all my printers will be here. And I'll put the soil centrifuge there and a furnace there. And eventually I'll be moving these even further back to fit in a research chamber and a chemistry lab, and then an atmosphere processor, renewer, compressor goes over there normally. You'll see the way we make, or the way I make my bases, pretty formulaic, kind of like my Minecraft bases. I always make my Minecraft base the exact same way. Dig a hole. You're gonna need materials to build a house, so instead of digging a hole to get the materials to build a house, make the hole you dug your house. Means you have a house and you still have all the materials that you dug out of the hole left over to use to make other things. Yeah, not everybody does it that way. It's the way I do it. Alright, the sun's about to come up, so I'm going to give up on that for now. Go with this. Print another large platform. Although currently the wind is blowing. I don't know when the sun's coming up. It might be soon. I was going to move all this forward, but we'll see. We'll work it out. It'll all work out in the end. Start a descending path, which also gives us an idea of where we're going to be digging out our quarry. Yeah, you know what? That's fine where it is. We'll go backwards from there instead. Alright, so I want this here. Let's move that back a little bit further still. Damn it. Don't always remember to lock them down. The addition of the ability to lock them down was nice. Yeah, it was good the first time I saw that they'd done that. It's like, wow, that's really useful. Rather excessive amount of organic on this planet. Basonia is actually very green, sort of alien green. Now that I come to think about it, it's not something I normally notice, but it is. It's massively, massively green. Wait, what? I've got no resin, right. Also haven't got any batteries on this planet. Let's actually do that Planetpedia thing that I was talking about for ages, and still haven't gotten around to doing. Lithium and titanite, right. So still no iron, which I believe we need for the atmosphere thing, because I don't think it's titanium. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, iron. So... Oh yeah, I could actually research it now. Why not? And I'm pretty sure I need the atmosphere to make titanium alloy, because I think titanium alloy requires at least one gas. But lithium's good. That's batteries. Batteries, medium battery is always a nice thing to have. Get a couple of free compound just off the actual normal resource mining, but also going to print some because I'm going to need a lot more of it soon. Yeah, these large ones are a game changer. The large solar and the large wind turbine. It's so much more power than I'm used to having on any planet when I first arrive on that planet. It's crazy. The QT RTGs weren't bad either. They were useful. They produced more power than expected. I mean, not more power than expected. They're small. It's one one U. But that's one U that I normally just wouldn't have on a planet. at this stage of the game. Like, it's too early to have 1U just available consistently through day and night. It is a damn shame I forgot to bring it with me, because now we're reliant on solar and wind, which, you know, solar is a day-night cycle thing, and the wind is a whenever it damn well feels like thing. Not ideal. But it's not too bad. We can work within those constraints. It's not awful, it's just not ideal. Take Nabbit. Doop-doop-de-boo. The hell is there? Resin 2 compound. Prefer that to be there, just because. Now, normally I put things on the outside so that the soil centrifuge is forced to use the medium storage and the furnace is forced to use the medium storage. And those are normally would be medium solar panels and things of the like, but now I don't have any. So that's interesting, because now, for the first time, that's not forced to use that. So that's weird. Maybe I'll get lucky and find one in debris somewhere. I spotted this from my base and thought, I'm going to need that soon enough. I'm about to print a research chamber, so... might as well have some more research items. There's another one over there as well. Also a good amount of research on this planet, by the looks of things. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Now, there was a mission about Visenya. Was it just to collect lithium? Did I have to refine it as well? I mean, I probably will, because I'll probably make the battery. Oh, that's what I can put on there. I can put a medium battery on there later. Do I know the recipe for a medium battery? No, I do not. Pretty close, though. We'll be able to make it soon. What do I need? Zinc. Well, you don't get zinc on Visenya, so no, I won't be able to make it here at all, in fact. I would have to bring one over if I was to do that. Could make small batteries, because I think small batteries is just zinc, just lithium. But yeah, so what was the mission to do with Visenya? Eyes on lithium. Lithium from Visenya Novus. So gather 3 lithium. Okay, that's easy enough. So I'll track that because we'll complete it soon. I should actually be making a tether path, why not? I find a lot of the intricacies of this game is just getting the camera to behave properly. Doesn't always do so. And speaking of behaving properly, I feel guilty for not having continued my Terratech playthrough as quickly as I should. So, while I am streaming Astroneer right now, and I don't know how long this stream is going to go for, until I get bored, I would say, I'm going to make a point of trying to provide some Terratech gameplay later today as well, in addition to the Astroneer gameplay that I've been providing so far. So 2 games today, 2 live streams, probably. Not guaranteed, but probably. What else do I need to do? I need to print more large platforms, because we're not done with those yet. At least 2 more large platforms. Oh, there's a lithium. So that's already one of the 3 that I need. Now that quest said large batteries. Is there a large battery? Maybe they added a large battery and I didn't even see that. Wasn't paying attention. I missed my tether point. Isn't that broken yet? Oh, there we go. Take this back to the surface for now. I'm going to need aluminium, I think. I can't remember what for, but it occurred to me that yes, I don't have enough aluminium. What did I need aluminium for? Oh yes, at least some aluminium for a landing pad. Tungsten. Oops. Let's make quartz first, glass and ceramic. Let's go back down, we'll gather some more lithium and we'll see if I can see any aluminium on the horizon. More lithium. Nothing. I don't see any aluminium immediately. I believe on this planet Visenya, if you go far enough down, it becomes properly flat. Like you get some caves that are actually made of actually flat bits. Whereas this isn't very flat, it's very lumpy. 2, 3. Quest complete. So eyes on lithium, that's just bytes, so I can collect that right here. Medium battery. Print a medium battery. You get a free large one of each. That's fantastic. I won't be able to do that until I get back to silver anyway, because I don't have zinc here. But that's fine. That's a perfect place to have it, because that will tool me up for the next planet, which will be Novos, which is the moon of Visenya. I might just fill up on lithium while I'm here. Oh, there's handy research sample there as well. Keep looking around to try and find some aluminium. You know what else I could do? Because I think that's really simple resources out of the chemistry lab that I'm looking for to make a medium resource container it might be worth learning that recipe and then filling one of those up with lithium and taking it back, rather than a medium storage which only lets you take 8. You can get 32 in a medium resource container. That's more useful. I think by this point in the game that's what I'm normally started doing. Let's have a look. Right, that is in this segment, and it's up here, and it's there. Plastic and glass. Yeah, you can make plastic. It's silicon that you need gas for. So we'll learn that. Gonna need a glass, so we'll melt that. Why does it look like it's in such a weird rotation? It actually is in a weird rotation. Let's square it up just a bit. Gonna need at least one of those, probably a couple more later, but we'll worry about that when I get to it, because I still haven't found any aluminium yet, so I won't be printing a landing pad anytime soon. I think plastic is resin and organic, or possibly resin and carbon, which is just burnt organic. Out of resin, so I'll have to fill up the soil centrifuge yet again. And print some resin. Yeah, let's go down and go look for more aluminium. Now, I did also spot, pretty immediately off to the side of this, possibly worth dropping a tether point to. Oh, I don't have any tethers on me. I do have some compounds, so that's fine. We'll make a tether. That'll do. It's just some research components. Because they're worth 200 on this planet, it's kind of worth it, so... What the hell is that? Oh, is that just the bottom of a lithium thing? I've never seen the bottom of one. There's aluminium all the way over there. Try and take these tethers around this lithium because I might be harvesting this lithium at some later point. There is a research point here as well. On some of the later planets in the game, it can actually be really hard to find the lithium, so when you do find it, it's often worth sorting out a tether line to lead you back to it when necessary. Now, I can't think of how many I need. I think it'll be 2, maybe just 1 for a landing pad. So I'll grab 2. Just to make sure I've got, you know, more than 1. When time comes to make the landing pad, which will be soon. Did grab a little bit of research on the way over too, which is nice. I think I researched that container. We'll be printing that soon too. The pile is getting rather large here, but oh well. Alright, that goes there. Medium resource container. Glass and plastic. Plastic. Carbon and compound. Ah, so I do need to burn an organic. And it is a compound, not a resin, like I thought. But I do need to print at least 1 more large platform. Because I'm going to want to move this wind platform, well, large wind, onto its own thing so I can put a large printer there. Yeah. Nothing really doing, just waiting for the wind to kick in again. There it goes. Yeah, so the amount of chemistry lab stuff that I'll do on a planet that isn't silver is pretty minimal. But something like this, where I'm just printing a bit of plastic to make a canister, because a canister is a nice way of storing all this lithium. And it'll be easy to take all this lithium back via a canister rather than medium storage. Right. A simple matter of eventually just filling that up with lithium and taking it home. Almost done. Only got 8 of 32 there, but that's alright. We can just go and fill up one more lithium and keep doing that until we've filled that container. Load it onto the ship. Make a landing pad, and that will be Visenya. I kind of want that to stay because I know there's going to be a research thingy on it. So I'm trying to carefully dig around it so that that research thing can respawn, and it'll be a useful spot to return to gain a bit of research points. Still claims there's more lithium here somewhere. It's just that one over there. Oops. Overflow. Always possible to carry one extra one of something in your mouse cursor. You cannot do that when changing planets. You will drop it when you enter the ship. Oops. Must admit, that's a very satisfying noise. 16 of 32. Alright, we're halfway there. Medium printer. Definitely going to need an aluminium and at least one ceramic. Can't remember which ones there's two of. One aluminium, two ceramic. Alright, so another ceramic. We'll be able to print that. Is there still more lithium here? There is. Alright, we have not exhausted this node yet. I think I've left like just enough terrain for that to float in midair. Alright, lithium, lithium, lithium. So there's still some over there somewhere. Get a bit of charge quickly. This one. Alright, still one more. At least one more. There we go. Oh, did I see a bit there for a minute? Was I tripping? Must have been tripping. Alright, so that's all that lithium exhausted finally. But there was plenty more where that came from over here and over elsewhere. We'll see where else, but yeah. We'll start here. I think that should be another 7, 8, 7, 7. So that'll be a nearly full resource container. You can actually add one more, so what you can do is go enable output, and it actually gives you one more storage. Because you can still add them in the top. Right, yep, all the pieces for that are furnaced. Let's get that printing, get that churning over. Now, there is titanite on this planet. So, I was wrong. We will not be leaving until we've collected titanite as well. That's going to take some serious doing, because that is down deep in the planet, and this is a planet, not a moon. So it's quite large and deep. So we will be descending very, very far into the planet to collect titanite. Which will require us also making a second resource canister. So another resource canister, so that we've got a resource canister full of lithium and a resource canister full of titanite to take back. Which won't leave us much to do on Novos, because I think Novos is the same as Visenya. They're just reversed. The lithium is closer to the surface and the titanite is deep down. But I'm not sure. We might have to look that one up. Alright, still space for 3 more. Alright, need enough space to now place a landing pad, which I normally do behind the printing area, so make some flat bit back here that's big enough. Which means I'm going to need another glass and another plastic. Three more lithium. Yeah, I thought so. Would end up being right underneath the path, wouldn't it? That's alright, we'll do that, and then we'll grab a flattish bit and do that. Cool nanas. How many lithium have I got? Only one? Only one, alright. 2, 3. That's a full load of lithium. that into the spaceship. Put the carbon... Oh, damn. Carbon there. Turn that into plastic. That there. Oh, what? Alright, I didn't know it did that. So let's... yeah, do that. Actually somehow loaded all of those onto the ship, onto the spare slots, which was a strange, unexpected development, but oh well. I suppose we can go looking for Titanite while we wait for this to actually finish. That's done now. We'll get the print started. And alright, now we descend deeper into Visenya to look for Titanite, which I believe is a weird green colour, kind of similar to malachite, if I remember correctly, but not sure. We'll find out. Apparently I will accidentally be bringing up some extra lithium while doing so. Accidentally? Incidentally. It's not really an accident, it's just incidental. Sometimes, due to the camera angles, it can be hard in the tunnels to get a print going. There we go. Kind of angle are we at here? Can we go steeper? We could go a bit steeper. Some kind of terrain there. May have to return to the surface for more compound soon. That might be Titanite. No. Resin. Oh well. Right, this is just going to be in the way, so I'm going to get rid of it. Digging it out of the roof. Even more lithium. And here's the level where you get down to where it's sort of flatter. Like I said, eventually you will get low enough and the chambers are kind of more hospitable. It's this at level. So this is a good sort of level to run around on and look for. There's lots of aluminium there as well. That's nice. It's a nice level to run around on and look for research items. It's just better. There's big holes, but you can make paths across the holes, which are, you know, reasonable and workable. But yeah, I'm not going to do that at the moment because I'm not really short on research. But what I'm going to do is grab a couple of free compound, because that way I don't have to go back to the surface for tethers. I can just use the compound I found down here. Let's grab that. Dig that out the rest of the way and put it here, so hopefully I spot it next time I come past. We've also lost a bit of steepness. I might increase the decline yet again. Yeah, the closer you get to the core of the planet as well, the faster your rate of decline changes because of the curvature of the planet. Because of course, once you get close to the core of the planet, the actual spherical radius becomes smaller and smaller. I know what I'm talking about, but amusingly, trigonometry was my worst subject in mathematics. Same as I'm not very good at physics. Like, it's too much maths. I'm slow at maths. I can do it all. I understand it and everything. I can do it, every last bit of it, no worries. But it takes me longer than other people, so under examination conditions, I get through less questions. And as a result, I don't... Oh, I'm going to die if I don't dodge properly. Yeah, I just get through less examination questions. It was kind of annoying. But I'm actually very good at physics, like the actual concepts behind physics. I'm super good at. Like, I understand, I know how they work. I can apply them in everyday life all the time, no worries. But I'm not very good at when it comes to actually sitting down and doing the calculations. I can be like, okay, yeah, you know, a body in motion stays in motion until another force acts upon it. I get that. I understand it. I know how it works. I know why it works. Then doing the calculations of the forces upon it, that's an entirely different story, because then it becomes the maths of the thing, and that I'm not so good at. But when it comes to just plain doing physics, like understanding physics, physical principles, and how they apply to real life, I get it. I can totally do it. I do have some complaints. Like, I'm still... There's the whole thing about how plane wings work because they create a lower air pressure above rather than a higher air pressure below. And so they're sucked up into the sky. They're not pushed up from below. Whereas logically you would imagine they'd be pushed up from below. But if in physics every action has an equal and opposite reaction, wouldn't that by its very nature imply that both must be being applied? For every force sucking up, there must be a force pushing from below. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It just seems weird to me. I still think that being pushed up... It feels like being pushed up. When you stick your hand out of a car window and hold it at the right angle, your hand is pushed upwards. It's not... It doesn't feel like it's being sucked upwards. The pressure is on the bottom of your hand, not on the top. I don't know. Anyway, they say it's being sucked upwards rather than pushed upwards. I accept that common physics, what everyone else believes, is that it's being sucked upwards. I just don't like it because it feels wrong to me. Something about it feels wrong. And despite every explanation I've ever had, I still don't think it feels right for it to be sucked up. It feels right for it to be pushed up. It is nice knowing physics, though. It's good to know all the physics principles and how they all work, like all the bits and pieces, because then you can extrapolate on just about anything on the planet. Chemistry is less useful than physics. Chemistry is cool, and there's some interesting stuff in chemistry, but without physics, chemistry wouldn't work. So, chemistry is more, physics is more important than chemistry. From that perspective. The same applies to biology. Everything in biology only works because of chemistry, which only works because of physics. So, there. And some of it's not even chemistry, some of it's just plain physics. Stuff in biology, that is. So, for example, like brains and how they work are part of biology, and that is mostly a physics thing because it's to do with electronics. It's not to do with chemistry. There are chemical reactions that take place, yes, but most of the important bits that are going on there. I'm going to add a slight curve here because I'm starting to get a bit of a weird angle on my descent. But yeah, most of it is physics. Actually, add in this weird curve here. I might fall off next time I come down here. I guess we'll find out. There's some Titanite. So we are now at the level where Titanite appears. So we will descend far enough to get to the ground. Then we will find a Titanite seam, start collecting Titanite, and take it all the way back to the surface. My rate of descent. My rate of descent could be increased a little bit here as well, but oh well. Actually out of soil, and I'm far enough away from the surface that I can't reach it to gather soil. It's a bit annoying, but oh well, you get that. There we go. Now I'm close enough. Ugh, nearly down. Alright, things I can throw away. Let's throw away this organic, because that's not going to be very useful. Yeah, close enough. I've got to find a Titanite source somewhere around here that's not too far away. Over there, looks good. Alright. I think I am once again out of tethers and I don't have any more compound on me, so I'll have to go back up to a level where I can find compound. In fact, now's a good time to return to the surface. I can drop off all this resin and lithium and other things that I've incidentally collected. Yeah, pretty steep. It is quicker to zigzag. I hope I didn't make this so steep that I can't actually get up it. I've done that before, where I've actually made a path and not realized that at some point my path was so steep I couldn't actually climb any further. That was kind of bad. Alright, we are 2 hours into this stream. Don't know how much longer I'll be going for. I might try and finish Visenya and get back to silver with my Titanite before I call it quits. Like I said, I'd like to get a Terratech stream actually going today. Like most of my Let's Plays, it'll die out eventually, and I probably won't finish the game before the stream dies out, but hey, I don't make streams so that you guys can see every bit of gameplay from start to finish. I make streams because I'm playing games, and well, I might as well kill two birds with one stone, and that is by having a YouTube channel which might eventually be popular enough that I can make a few bucks on the side. We'll see. I might be starting a new job soon, which means I'll be making even less videos because I'll be busy doing other things. Again, I don't know. I will still be playing games because that's what I do during my downtime, so for all I know I'll just be streaming at more regular hours, which will be weird. But yeah, we haven't gotten there yet. Let's not count our chickens before they've hatched. Is that the only compound I have? Wow. Need more compound. Oh, there's a whole bunch here. Let's not spend ages. I do kind of need some soil anyway. So I'll grab a compound or two off this. And some soil. Alright, yeah, that's not too bad. 3 compound, which will be 1 tether and 2 more if I need them. And some soil. Now you get the wicked long slide all the way into the planet. Got to be careful with these jumps because they can hurt if you get them wrong. I could flatten them out as well, but I probably won't. I normally leave them. They're entertaining. They also mark like waypoints. It's like, yeah, there's 1 jump, 2 jumps on this thing. There should be a curve coming up soon. Yeah, see, I started curving one way and then, yeah, now I'm curving this way. I'll go right through this exo research pod. Yeah, like, look, I'm almost flat again because I'm close enough to the center of the planet that that's just going to happen at this point. So I will need to increase my rate of descent around here somewhere. But we're not worried about that just yet. I want to get... Where did I see that Titanite? Was it over there? I've never heard that before. It's like a quake. Ah, yep, over there. Alright, so I want to get over there. So let's... Very unsuccessfully making... There it is. That'll work. Go way down on a walkable path that will take me over to... Alright, so I probably ended up bringing down way too much compound. But that's okay. Just means we'll have a bit less titanite to return to the surface with immediately. It'll be a while before I'm really using the titanite anyway, because every good recipe with titanite in it pretty much requires a gas as well, so until I've got iron 2, it's not going to be much use. Also, this wasn't a very big node of titanite. It's ammonia, I don't need ammonia. You do have to pay attention to the reticule. So on the terrain deformer, it'll tell you what material you're mining towards. So see there, it says titanite, titanium material. But if I go over here, that's organic. So you know that there's more hidden away in the rock somewhere if you can see it. But see now it's ammonium. I think that's all the titanite in this area. That's organic. Ammonia, ammonia, organic. I might have seen a bit of titanite there for a second. No, probably tripping. It's probably more ammonia. Right, so that's probably all the titanite in this area. Which is pretty close to a full load, actually. Alright, I'm going to pick these tethers up on my way back because there's no other reason for these to be here. Unless I can see more titanite from here. No, not really. Alright, so I'm going to have to find some more titanite down here somewhere. Is this one of the research spheres, or is this one of those weird balls that you can play with? Yeah, it's just one of the weird balls you can play with. You can make soccer goals and things for the novelty of it, but it serves no purpose. I've never actually done it. There might be achievements attached to it for all I know. I've never gotten around to having a look. As far as I'm concerned, it's not really a purposeful thing. Let's see, is there any titanite maybe on the far side of this? There is. Alright, so there's a big titanite node over there. Okay, so. Make a tether line in this direction. I could just drop this compound here. It's not serving me any real purpose. And then I can fit 2 more titanite rather than 1 more titanite to take to the surface. we are. Alright. And then we'll be coming back down here for more later. Oh yes, that's another cool thing. As you get closer to the center of the planet, the gravity decreases. I don't know if that's realistic. I'm trying to remember my physics principles. Would that happen, or would it be the exact opposite? I think it would be the exact opposite. You'd get crushed. The pressure would increase, not decrease. Well, not pressure, but the gravitational pull. Actually, no. Shouldn't the gravitational pull be this? No. The gravitational pull definitely has to increase as you get closer to the center of the mass. So sea level is 9.8 meters per second. I don't know what that is in feet. 30-ish feet? 33-ish feet per second? That's about 3 foot to a meter, or thereabouts, pretty close. 3 foot and a third. Imperial versus metric. Metric makes everything easy. Everything's in tens. Nice and convenient. You don't have to deal with 12 inches to a foot and however many feet to a yard. I don't actually know what that is. It's like 8 foot to a yard? No, I don't know. Let's Google that just for the amusement. How many feet to a meter, mile, fathom, chain, yard? 3. Oh, well that means a yard's pretty close to a meter then, right? One yard equals 0.9144 meters. Yeah, so a yard's pretty close. Huh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Anyway, yeah, so stuff like that. So 12 inches to the foot, and then 3 feet to the yard, and then however many yards to the whatever the next thing up is. I don't know whether it goes all the way to mile from there. Whereas, you know, millimeters, there are 10 of those to the centimeter. There are 100 centimeters to the meter. Okay, now we're not moving in tens, but that's because centimeter, it is 100th of a meter, and a millimeter is a millionth of a meter, or a... Yeah, that's not right. That's 1,000th of a meter. But anyway, it's called a millimeter. It's 1,000th of a meter. Yeah, they're different, because meter is where you start. So there is such a thing as a decameter, which is 10 meters. And then 100 meters, which is just 100 meters. It doesn't have a special name. And then a kilometer, which is a K, 1,000 meters. Yeah, it's all sensible. Everything just moves in tens, units of 10. It's always just how many zeros. Time is problematic because there are 60 seconds to the minute, 60 minutes to the hour, and that works and will continue to work ad infinitum, and I doubt we will ever change that because a year is like, it's off by microseconds every year, and they adjust the clock by, I think it's like 2 seconds every 4th or 5th leap year, so that's like 20 years or something. Not 20 years, 10 years or something. And they adjust it by a couple of seconds. And then there's other things like special leap years, like the year 2000 should have been a leap year, but wasn't because it ends in 00. There are other special things like that. But so time works because of how fast the Earth goes around the sun and how fast the Earth rotates. So days, months, and years sort of work out in weird numbers like 60s, and there's 24 hours and 12 months. So that's a bit of a weird one. There is a special kind of time that works in tens, but believe it or not, it's not as accurate as our 60 seconds 24 hours, 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours, 365 days, 12 months. Yeah, it's not as accurate, believe it or not. It loses time faster than the current version does. So there is that. Like, there is an argument, for example, with Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit has better granularity than Celsius. Yes, Celsius is good because everything happens in tens and can be easily calculated and stuff, but then when you actually get to... oh wow, that was a huge thing that fell over. A difference of 0.1 degrees Celsius might actually be an entire degree Fahrenheit, which gives it greater granularity. So there is arguments like that as well, but for the vast majority of things, being able to just move the decimal point, i.e. add a 0 or take a 0, to do 90% of your calculations, or not 90% of your calculations, but conversions to greater or lesser units, makes things so much easier. It is so worth it, and is one of the biggest benefits of the metric system. But there are other systems, like computers work in base 2, base 8, and base 16. So binary, octary, and hexadecimal. That's their way of doing things. But that is the nature of computers, is that on and off is all they understand. So anything more complex than that is just a closed book to a computer. I mean, we can teach it, it understands, but that's not how it thinks. It still thinks in binary, so to speak. Not that a computer really thinks, it calculates, which is different to thinking. But yeah, there's nothing we can really do about that, so we're stuck with binary. I suppose there is quartary, I'm guessing, base 4. Must be a thing as well, like it would make sense for that to actually exist, but yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't think there's any useful, like nothing in computers happens in base 4. There's no purpose to working in base 4, so it doesn't happen. Need to find more titanite. I thought from up high I might be able to see some, but actually I can't. Could try going down a little further, but I think I'll hit the planet's core before I actually hit another cavern layer. Yeah, let's give it a go. We'll find out. I don't think this is actually another cabin layer. I think this is just a pocket. Actually drilling through a pile of ammonia. Be really close to the core. I just increased my rate of descent and I'm already flattening out again, so we'll increase a little bit further. Ah. cavern layer. With some titanite readily available. Okay, do I have? I do have on me. Good. Don't really want this or this, so we'll just get rid of them for now, because they're just cluttering up my inventory. Oh, that wasn't close enough. Yeah, it must be super close to the center by now. Very floaty. Alright. All of these plants are really in the way, so I'm going to have to try and dig these out, which is going to take a bit and probably be difficult. And if I get it wrong, I'm going to fall. So let's not get it wrong. Cool, that's better. Can get down onto the ground without any problems. Keep a tether line. And then the titanite was just over here. There's some there, yes, good. Might actually have to go up to that. Well, we'll see. We'll start at ground level and we'll work our way up if we need to work our way up later. So this point is also one where one could argue for boost mods and drill mods, because it has taken me a long time to harvest. Get through this rock. Like, it's dense rock. But I repeat my moniker, it is just time. The only thing I'm spending is time. I'm not wasting any resources. I'm not wasting any research bits that could be better spent elsewhere. I'm only spending a little more time to achieve the same end result. So I would rather do it this way, because that's just me. Too many. Gonna have to carry this one all the way back up, which is a long way now. We are really far deep into the surface of the planet. One day I hope they make like the ability to make an elevator, so you can just dig straight down and somehow drop an elevator shaft, and then like actually mount something on that shaft that goes towards the center of the planet. Which would probably require the alignment tool to make properly. But that'd be good, because then the alignment tool would become more useful than it currently is. I mean, it's good. It does cool stuff, and some people use it, and so on and so forth. But I don't, and I've explained why. But you could make the alignment tool more useful, and the elevator would be really good for getting towards the center of the planet, because it's kind of painful as it is now. This is the best I've been able to come up with, which is just a constant descent ramp. Not even constant descent, you have to increase the angle of attack frequently, because otherwise you go around the curvature of the planet and you'll end up actually coming back towards the surface eventually if you don't change your angle of attack. Yeah, it's hard to zigzag when you're holding one. So you go up really slow, but I don't want to drop it because it's one extra titanite that I could take to the surface and not have to come back down to collect. But yeah, a better way to go to and fro from the center of the planet. I suppose it's not that necessary, because you don't go to and fro from the center of the planet that often. I mean, you do it a couple of times. You go down there to get resources, and then you go to the very, very center to unlock the gateway. And then once you've unlocked the gateway, you rarely, if ever, go down there again. You normally only go to the first few cavern layers because you don't go to a planet where Titanite, so for example Titanite, I'm not going to come back to Visenya to get Titanite. I'm going to do that on Novus, where I believe Titanite is a surface resource. Not surface, but like the first cavern layers. So on Visenya, the first cavern layers are all lithium. So rather than coming back here to Visenya and going all the way down to get Titanite, I will just go to a different planet where the Titanite is closer to the surface and easier to collect. That's just how you would do things. So I guess maybe an elevator isn't really worth it from that point of view, which is probably why it doesn't exist and possibly isn't even slated. But I could be wrong. For all I know, maybe they are working on an elevator system of some description, because there's a reason for it that I haven't thought of. Alright, 15 of 32, so we're pretty far away. We'll get there eventually, but we're pretty far away. Keep the research going. We've got 7,000 bytes. We're doing really well. 12,500 and I can research the RTG, but it's a bit early for that. I don't really need it yet, so we won't do that just yet. The next thing I'm going to want is the next shuttle. I should actually really look at what titanium alloy actually requires, just in case I can make it without gases. But I don't think so. I'm pretty sure there's at least one gas involved in the construction of titanium alloy, if not more. Which means I need iron. Yeah, see? Getting so close to the center of the planet that I was actually slowing down. And then we speed up a little bit again, but because of the actual reduced gravity, you don't speed up that much either when trying to descend at these points. And then again. We can stop here because over here was all the Titanite. Alright. So I still need like 2 full backpacks worth. Just a bit more than 2 full backpacks worth. I was going to say I expect to accidentally collect an ammonia here soon. So that happened. Titanite mixed in with ammonia, that's always annoying. And I mean, ammonia is a good resource as well, like you need lots of that. We're getting pretty close to the point where we're going to be making lots of hydrazine, so ammonia is going to become really important. But I just don't need it now, right at this moment, it's just in the way. Alright, I want to grab a research item to take back to the surface as well. Whoops. Yeah, gravity's all over the place. Alright, there was a spot where if I look downwards, there were 2 research items waiting to be taken up, but you won't see them on the way up unless I look backwards. So it's not here, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think it's here. No. Whoa, hey, whoa, careful. So it must be at the next cavern layer. Yes, and I don't have a soundproofed room, so when I do these streams, sometimes you can hear things happening in the background. Oh, I forgot to look. Damn. Oh well, maybe I'll just get to the surface and not have... Ah, there they are. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so the other people in the house often making noise, and then they turn up on stream unwittingly. Immortalized to YouTube against their will. Yeah, I would say against their will. If they knew it was happening, they probably wouldn't like it, but I'm not going to freaking tell them. It's their own damn fault. They know I'm recording. It's really obvious that I'm recording. I'm talking to myself in a room all alone. If you can't work out that I am streaming from that, you're pretty damn incompetent. Either that, or you should certainly have had me committed for some form of mental assessment by now then, if, you thought that I was just sitting in a room talking to myself for no good reason. But sitting in a room talking to myself, clearly I'm streaming, I stream. You should have worked this out by now. But they persist to, when they know I'm streaming, make all sorts of other weird noises. I'm specifically talking about arguing, because they argue a lot. And at the top of their lungs, and it's hilarious, because it always turns up on stream. And then I get other weird things where people come in to ask me stupid questions midstream, like, you could have waited the hours that it took, like, that wasn't an important enough question to interrupt a stream for. What did you do it for? Or like, they asked me to do things that could wait. Like, there's absolutely no reason why that thing needs to be done now. But that thing would take, like, an hour. So they asked me to do things right now, even though they know I'm streaming. And it's like, well, no. I'm busy doing something that is taking all my time and attention at the moment. I'm not going to pause streaming for an hour to do your thing that can wait. First world problems. I wonder if other streamers have to put up with it. I suppose they do. I can't be alone in this. Must be plenty of other streamers who have to live with, in my case, my parents. Yes, I am old, and yes, I live with my parents. It's terrible, but, sometimes you do things for money, and one of them is to live cheaply. Hopefully I won't be doing that much longer when I get this new job. I'm getting the hell out of here. But yeah, I'm sure other streamers who are younger and live with their parents, or even streamers who just live with roommates, have similar problems eventually, that it's like, would you shut up, I'm streaming. I remember there's a famous League of Legends player. Was it Reckless, or was it one of the other guys? I think it was Reckless. And there's actually a famous immortalized to YouTube. It might have gone down by now. He might have finally managed to get rid of it, but it was pretty easy to find. And basically, I think his mum was out in the pool or something, and she comes in a bikini, and it's like, Mum, I'm streaming. It was pretty funny. Yeah, one of the reasons why I don't have a camera that actually shows me is, well, first of all, I'm not really ready to have my entire persona, what would be the appropriate word here, known to the whole world. For the moment, we're keeping it to just my voice. You can hear me, that should be sufficient. But also, I can't be bothered getting dressed. I'm only streaming, I'm playing video games. I generally do that in PJs anyway. I'm not going to start getting dressed just to play video games. What am I? Some sort of grown-up? So yeah, there are other considerations and reasons why I don't have a webcam yet. It will eventually happen. It's not something that's going to be a permanent, I'm never going to have a webcam. I just don't at the moment. And yes, I really do stream most of the time when I'm playing video games. Because I don't have to. There's no reason why I have to go and put on clothes, so I don't. I sit around in my PJs. I was thinking that when I do get a webcam, what I will actually do is I will continue to play in my PJs, but I'll try and get a sponsor that makes PJs. And then, yeah, just say, I'm the PJ guy. These are, I don't know, Mitch Dowd's. Is Mitch Dowd the brand? Peter Alexander, YSL. Like, I've got some expensive PJs that are really, really nice. Hell, don't get me wrong, there's some really nice Target basics as well. Big W, which I think is part of the Walmart. I'm not sure. We call it Big W. Big W is like our Walmart, or one of our kinds of Walmarts here in Australia, and it's not really the same either. It's a very different kind of franchise. It's not as all-encompassing as Walmart is. It doesn't have the same variety. But it is very similar, and I'm not sure, but I think it is actually part of that chain. Like, we have Maya and Coles, part of Coles Maya. Coles is a food supermarket, and Maya is a slightly upper, not upper class, but prestigious goods store. You can often find the same things at Big W for less money. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, they are, you buy at Maya because it makes you feel important and classy. Don't get me wrong, they do have classy stuff that you can't actually find elsewhere as well. But yeah, I would be the guy who always streams in his PJs, and then I would have a sponsor that makes PJs and be like, alright, these are some Peter Alexanders in plaid. Very comfortable, wonderful for summer, blah 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 blah. I don't know. They'd give me talking points, I'm sure. Very stylish. And, you know, I could have other things, like I could do onesies, I could do robes. I would actually really like a nice robe. Not a bath robe, but a softer fabric robe, and then a summer one that would probably be, I don't know, silk or something. Although a guy in a silk robe looks terrible, looks better on women, don't get me wrong, but that doesn't mean I don't want one anyway. At the moment I want one because nobody's going to see me, so it'd be kind of cool, but if people start seeing me, I don't know whether the silk robe would really be appropriate. I might do it anyway. Just say, hey, screw it, it's silk. If you can't dig on the silk, you're just not as good as me. But yeah, that would be like my ideal thing, is to be a YouTubing gamer, not necessarily a Twitch one. I'm not as big a fan of the Twitch concept as I am of YouTube's concept. I like YouTube's concept better. But yeah, a streaming gamer who is sponsored by a company that makes PJs, and I would just sit around in my PJs all day playing games, getting paid for it. It'd be nice. I doubt it's ever going to happen. I'm too old already anyway. I'm not a good enough gamer to begin with. If I was actually better at games, I mean, I'm pretty good. I'm above average. I have good reflexes, I have a good concept for tactics and efficiency in games. I learn them very fast, and I learn how to do best practices very quickly and easily. But yeah, I'm not top tier. I'm just one of the better ones, in my opinion. And that's only my opinion as well. For all I know, my opinion's entirely wrong. Alright, we need 3 more Titanite and we can finally leave Visenia. And then I'm probably going to call it, because this is basically a 3-hour stream. That was supposed to be a 2-hour stream. And then I'm going to take some time off, and then later today, with a little luck, we will be doing some more Terratech, because I don't want to leave the Terratech behind. It's a good game, I'm enjoying it, and it's just because I'm not currently playing it, like right at this moment, doesn't mean I want to stop playing it, and I want to keep the Let's Play going, so it behooves me to make sure I do an episode regularly. It's been a while since I've done an episode, so I'm going to do an episode of that a bit later on today. Probably, at least 3 or 4 hours. It is currently, trying to climb a ramp while looking at the time, 11:15 in the morning. So far I've had a coffee today. I would like to grab another coffee, get some food, maybe play something else for a while. I've kind of half gotten back into Cyberpunk. Sort of. I've been playing it on and off, but only for like, half-hour stints. I'll do a mission and then quit. I want to play some League of Legends today. I play a bit of League of Legends almost every day. Maybe some Raft. I could, making no promises that it'll become a Let's Play, just stream some Raft. Could just be because I'm playing some Raft, I'll just live stream it. Yeah. Might do that. But if I do that, then I might not want to live stream Terra Tech later, and that defeats the purpose. We'll see. But yeah, I'll be playing something else in between, getting my brain juices rejuvenated, giving myself some break, recharging my voice. I do actually get vocal problems. It's not very easy to keep this going for a long time, not have your voice react in some way, shape or form. It's not horrible, but yeah, I like coffee as a lubricant for my voice box. My personal preference, something warm anyway, which is ridiculous because I almost always end up making a coffee, and by the time I remember I've made a coffee, it's stone cold. But that happens. Get that. Take this one ammonia with me because why not? I've got a spare slot. Is there a research item close by that I can see? There was one in the forest over there somewhere, wasn't there? Let's go look. If I can just find a research item to fill that extra slot and take back with me, it would just be useful. Okay, there's one all the way over there. Oh, and there's one a little bit closer, so we'll grab this closer one. Oh, they're about equidistant, really. Oh, that was one of those plants that throw things at you. They're kind of cool. These big tongue things just throw you up into the air. They hurt you by basically forcing you to fall damage. Oh, I've actually got one more lithium than I do titanite because I don't have one that's sitting on the top. But that's alright, it doesn't matter. Take that around so I can see the slot. There we are. And back to silver. With a lot of titanite and a lot of lithium, which is pretty idyllic, really. That's 2 resources instead of 1 from a new planet. Normally you only get 1. But in this case we've got 2. Titanite is not hugely useful for a little while because most of the things that use titanite require gases, and I haven't got iron yet, and you need iron to make the atmospheric condenser, so I need that first before we really progress. Oh, I had a whole bunch of research items from Calidor, I forgot about that. But anyway, lithium, titanite, zinc, and I can make batteries now. How much research have I got? 9,000, right. Is there a large battery? No, there isn't. Okay. Missions. Medium battery. Print a medium battery. We definitely want to do that, so I need to learn medium battery, so let's go do that. That is here. Haha. Nice. I need to find some zinc. I don't remember where the zinc was. I think it was down like 2 levels or something before I found zinc. It wasn't easy to find zinc on this planet. It wasn't immediate. Was it this layer or was it the layer below this? I think it was the layer below this. We might go down one more and look around here. Ah, yes it was. It was right on the side, and we in fact have not progressed any deeper. Let's bring a bit of zinc to the surface. 2 will do. That'll work. Will allow me to make one for this planet and one to take to the next planet. It's also tempting to use this large solar and large wind that I'm about to get on this planet, on Silver. Because Silver is a bit short on power. Pretty reliant on these 2 QT RTGs, to be honest. Because other than that, what have I got? 1 small solar, I think, is the only other power I have. But I'm not going to, because I'm just not going to. Right. So we'll finish that mission and then we'll call it a day. And then when we next appear, we will be preparing to go to Novus, the moon of Visenya. So I need to print a large battery, medium battery I should say, which is going to require 1 lithium. And 1 zinc, which is almost done. And I'm going to print 2 of them just because. Print 1 for now and then print 1 for the journey to the next planet. And I might, and I didn't bother to find any aluminium. Look, you know what, I'm going to do this battery and collect the reward and then call it a stream. Because that is almost, we are 1 minute away from the 3-hour mark. That can go there. Cool. Well, let's go into missions and see what that is about. Medium battery. I can collect those rewards, which I will have to do at the landing pad. What? Oh, no. Let's untrack that for now. Cool nanas. They can both go straight onto the shuttle. Let's see what new missions it gave me. High-tech spec. Print an RTG. Okay, we're a while away from that yet. Because an RTG requires you to have been to Atrox to get the final gas, which I think is methane or helium or something. So we're a little way away from doing that. We'll get there eventually, but yeah, not just now. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for watching. Didn't have any drop-ins chatting with me today. Apparently did get a couple of likes, so at least some people looked at it. But yeah, another 3 hours of Astroneer. Oh, pardon me. We're getting close to our 5th planet. Silver, De Solo, Calidor, Visenya. So yes, we will be going to our 5th planet next. After that is just Glacio and then Atrox. Then we will be doing the gateways. So hopefully only a few more hours, and maybe I'll actually finish something for once. Finish this game. We'll see. I thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. It really does help out. If you'd like to find more of my content, hit that subscribe button. Makes it nice and easy to find the channel where everything is located all in one place. If you want to know when I upload a new video and when I go live, hit that bell icon. That'll give you notifications. It's worth doing for me because it is pretty random when I go live. These past 2 days I've actually gone live at the same time for 2 days in a row, but that's not likely to continue. And like I said, I'm probably going to do a Terratech stream later today, and that, was not something that happened yesterday. But it will probably happen today. I'm not guaranteeing it, I'm hoping to do it, and I really want to do it because it'd be good for the channel. And yeah, look, I don't always say this, but I'll say it today. If there was anything about the stream that you didn't like, hit that dislike button. That's what that one is there for. But if you do dislike a video or a stream of mine, I would appreciate it if you could leave me a comment. Let me know what it was you didn't like about it, because it's the only way I'm going to get better. So every now and again I ask for feedback, ask for people to tell me what I can do to improve. You don't have to hit the dislike button to do that, but I mean, if you do feel moved to hit the dislike button because you didn't like it, let me know why you didn't like it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.